welcome back to the show. Today I'm going to talk about The Lobster, which is the Yorgos Lanthimos film from 2015. This is a film that was his bigger rival on the international scene. Before this, he was a well-known director of art house films, but he was still one of many, directors. It was like, there's plenty of directors who you hear and you hear that they're a great director, then they disappear for about 3 or 4 years, then you see another film by them. This is a film that kind of moved him from being like this Greek director who some people had heard of to being an international director that a lot of people suddenly heard of and were interested in. Now, moving to English language and having well-known actors probably did help, but also the quality of the film really helped too. This is a really quality film. A film that I've managed to avoid watching for a very long time because he was only recommended to me, and sometimes you feel like being dickish and just not watch something that's meant to be great. And that was the case in this one. This really was the case for this one. It was just like, I'll get to it. And I finally got to it, and it's great. So who's the fool? Me, obviously. So it stars Colin Farrell and Rachel Weisz, but for lots of other actors like John C. Reilly, Olivia Colman, all these other well-known actors, Ben Whishaw. Even if you don't know the names of some of them, you'll recognise the faces. There's wall-to-wall of good actors they bring into this film. And it is wonderful. It's really a wonderful, terrifically well-made film, on an absurd premise. It's just like, it's really absurd what they're doing here. I'm just trying to see who the other actors are, because I know I've missed quite a few of them. Leah Sado, Michael Smiley, Jessica Bardem, Ashley Jensen. So there's lots and lots and lots of directors, lots of actors, many others too. It's that thing, is there's so many actors in this film that's, and the premise is really funny, but then what they do with it makes it even funnier. So basically the idea is in this alternative reality, essentially, because it's now but not now. Basically, if you're single for a long time, if you've broken up with a partner, you're single, you go to this resort, and if you don't hook up with someone over a certain amount of time, you turn into an animal of your choice, and your main mission is to hook up with somebody and become a conventional couple and avoid becoming an animal. And this is all for introverts. These are people who have no social skills, have no ability to communicate. They're just lonely, sad people. Like people who make videos like this and people who watch videos like this. We're all animals instantly in this world. We have no hope. And the irony of this thing is, human beings are animals. We are basically evolved monkeys. So, but in this world, it's like, you can choose what animal you can be. Very pretentious. So Colin Farrell chooses lobster. He chooses a lobster. He's going to be a lobster. Just because he likes the sound of it. So, in this film, everyone speaks in a very flat voice. Everything's very dry. The humour's very dry. And, everything's about the lack of communication between people. People communicate in terrible ways throughout and have inabilities to really communicate, even when they're faking communication. There's still a lack. So Farrell and John C. Reilly are both trying to find a partner. Ben Whishaw is another one who's in a group. He finds a partner by lying his head off to this woman so that she'll like him, so he didn't have to turn into an animal. Like, he's so cowardly to avoid becoming an animal. He will fake everything to get a family, to actually grow a family, to avoid being by himself and being alone and being an animal, which we all are, essentially. So that's like one approach to life, one absurd approach to life, is lie to your partner, make you both of you miserable. You've got the second one where Colin Farrell meets up with someone he's not in love with, but both of them kind of are like, it's a compromise, but they're much more self-aware of what they are. But she wants to test him and test him and test him until he ultimately cannot take it anymore. She just tortures him. So she's in that kind of psychology. So he breaks up with her and goes in the run because he's getting close to the point where he'll be becoming an animal. And he's like, no, I'm not doing this. So he goes in the run and finds this other group of people who are making him, who basically a Sadoro, who deny themselves everything. They will deny any pleasure. They will grow very basic food. They will, if they have any pleasure, they will basically whip themselves and torture themselves. And at this point, Farrell meets Rachel Weisz, who's one of them, and he falls in love with her. And to them, the idea of love is ridiculous. You cannot fall in love because that's a sign of the, the other lot, the needy lot who need this and who create a kind of fascist, set up to enforce family values. And of course, you find out Lisa comes from a very happy family, like many an extremist. Very comfortable life she can sneak back into when she feels like it. And basically, it becomes this whole absurdity of her realising that Farrell and Weisz are getting together and the things she does to mess them up as well. And it's almost like the torture people put themselves through for love and how absurd the whole thing is and how the declarations they have in life to survive or to make themselves feel like something or feel outside of something to say this does not affect me when it does. It's just the whole thing of the absurdity of life, the absurdity of people and what they are and what they will do to themselves. And the declarations they'll make that they will not follow through on. So that becomes part of the story. It's just this whole thing about love in a world where people don't know how to express it in any way. It's either like forced lies or repression. Based our society. But it's just taking the absurd thing of getting turned into an animal as the kind of the one bit of absurdity to make the rest of it just sort of rest of the crazy makes some sort of sense. So this is wonderful. It's just about just about craziness, really, about what we actually are and how we'll hunt each other down to ensure our absurd views are taken seriously, even though the views are absolutely stupid or even on the surface. But you must follow these rules. We will lie to ourselves rather than thinking about anything clearly or throughout or anything like that. No, you're not doing that. We're not going there. We will follow these absurd, issues we have. So not even to a logical conclusion, to completely illogical conclusions. There is no logical conclusion. It's just like what we do to create a life for ourselves to live with. And you just see everybody getting messed up in different ways. And that's the one reading the film. You can read it in a variety of other ways. That's just the reading I've got the film today. There's just a lot there you can do. There's a lot of people who do not like this film. The dry sense of humour really is like either you click to it early or you don't. There's no in between. It's like you're either with it or you're not with it. It's just that's the kind of film it is. And I don't really want to go much further into it. I think it's just one of those ones that you just have to kind of go and find your own interpretation of it. But it is wonderfully hilarious about humanity and all of our daft ideas. So I hope you enjoyed this video. That's me for now. I'll see you all later. Bye.